Good morning, everyone. My name is Shannon. Welcome to King Family Farm. It's been a little while, but I thought we could do a little walk and talk and have a look at what's blooming in the garden. It's May 20th. It's a Monday, but in Canada today it's a holiday. It's the Victoria Day weekend. Americans, your weekend is next weekend. So we recently got some rain and things have just kind of popped, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm thrilled. We are definitely participating in No Mow May here. It's quite the dandelion collection we've got going on. And that's my spirea right there blooming. I love it. It's pretty. It gives this beautiful white hedge that I'm kind of aiming for. That's the edge of my food forest that I'm working on. We have a few things that are starting to bloom in the food forest, so I have high hopes for it this year. It's not completed, but eventually it will be. Newman, what are you doing? Did you not get nothing this morning? Newman the cat. What you doing? Newman, what you doing, dude? Hey, what you doing? It's a rough life, being a kitty. Eh? Hi, S'mores. I'm sure they're both hoping for some extra treats. That's what they're up to. So, it's still fairly early in the morning. Well, it's not that early. Some people on a holiday weekend, 9 a.m. is an early morning, but it's not really. So we've got some stuff that's in bloom, stuff that's coming along. I'm going to show you the hydrangeas that we pruned. When did we do those? Back in March, I think. So we'll have a look at those. And I've got a few other things that are coming along nicely. And I've got some plans for this area. My daughter has talked me into an apple tree. So like I said, right over there, that's the spirea. Newman, you're going to get patches. You're going to get stepped on. So we have some hostas growing here on the floor of the food forest. That right there is a 9-bark we trimmed back. And I'm going to come in here and actually trim the grass back around this stuff and put some compost down. And there's some chives growing down in here in the dandelions. And then right over here, this is one of the hydrangeas we pruned. And you can see it's putting out all kinds of leaves all over it. It's going to come on nice. And this right here is another 9-bark that I really enjoy. This is a hydrangea hiding in the grass. But we're going to get the grass pruned back from the stuff, like I said, and get it compost around it. Another hydrangea. And then I really like this 9-bark. It's got nice dark leaves. And hopefully it gets going good this year. And then this one had some issues last year because the rodents got into it. So you can see it's kind of only alive on one side. I'm hoping that it'll come back a little bit nicer. And here we have a cherry tree that is nicely in bloom. I'm really excited about this. This is our Montmorency cherry. So I'm hoping we actually get a little bit of fruit off it this year. It won't be enough for anything, but I'm kind of excited about that. So over here, I'm glad I'm doing this tour because this is my crabapple tree. And these are those lovely tent caterpillars. And I have to deal with this before they completely defoliate it. It'll come back, but I don't think we'll get any blooms this year on it, which is too bad. But I'm a little grossed out by it, so I'll get some gloves on and get them all wiped off. So here I have a rose bush that has come back quite nicely. I'm going to cut off the dead stuff, but it should develop nicely now that it's survived its first winter. And then up here, this is the elderberry that we put in last fall. Some of it, we trimmed it back, and it's coming on nice. I think it'll get lots of growth this year. Whether we'll get some blooms or not remains to be seen, but it looks pretty good. And then this here, is the spirea up close. And this is a bridal wreath one, and it's just beautiful. It's just such a pretty, pretty bloom in early spring. And eventually, I think I'd kind of like to go a little further down with it. But yeah, we have lots of dandelions, and I have lots of things I want to add to this area. So we're going to work on that in the next couple of weeks. And then in here, I've got this little trellis. There's a clematis I planted last year, and it seems to be coming back nicely, and I'm pretty excited about it. Just push the dandelions out of the way. So I'm hoping that it comes on nice and it covers this whole trellis to the top, and we get this nice big covering bunch of blooms is kind of my plan. So I bought this grape here because I thought this one had died, and all of a sudden it's starting to bud out. So they're both the same variety. So I think what I'm going to do is all along here, I go up a few feet and turn around, and I'm going to put them along here, and then there's like a roadway right there, so I'm going to stop the trellising there. But you can see where we drive down to the farm. So this is going to be our farm track. It's lined with some of our perennials, and then the food forest is in that area. And then I'm going to put some stuff under these trees. I'm not sure what I'm going to put under the birch, but definitely stuff that prefers a little bit more shade. And then I think kind of right about here, I've got a new apple tree. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So today ended up being the day where everybody decided to mow their lawn around me and run the chainsaw, and I couldn't film. So as you can tell, it's now evening, and I've got cleaned up and everything. So I ended up doing a bunch of work. So I'm just down here. I'm going to check for some eggs, and I'll show you guys what we got up to today. The turkeys are going to participate in this conversation as well. There's a breeding pair of turkeys there, and then there's another on the other side of this pen. But in here, it looks like we've got 2 eggs. And then I think what happened here, this looks like someone someone laid an egg and then broke it. And it's all over these. These are a mess. But we got 6 eggs out of here this morning, and that was 2, 4, 6 more eggs. So that's not bad out of this group of girls. We're just going to add a bit of fresh straw on that and call it good for the night. So now I'm just hoping that I don't get rained out, which, I mean, would be par for the course for today. So I'm actually getting ready for a school tour coming up here in about 3 weeks. It's actually my class, my daughter's class, and another class coming. So I'm trying to get as much done as possible and make this look really, really nice. So today we did a few things. I did mow, I know I'm not supposed to, but I did mow this little spot right here because this is my farm stand. So, and then I've got some perennials here. And these are also perennials in pots. And then garlic in here, spinach, which isn't really seeded well, and it's kind of weedy, and I might come back and fix it. And then here, the cilantro is coming on really, really nice. Not really much going on in the middle. There is dill coming up, and then we've got radish, and then in the very back, we've got lettuce. I do have a couple of my dahlias are appearing. There's wood chips all over here because there used to be a stump behind me, but it's gone. Today we did get all of this poly in, and we built our trellis, which is where we're going to be planting cucumbers this year. So I'm pretty excited about this. This bed here is going to be tomatoes and some zucchini squash, that type of thing, because they like that 18-inch spacing. I'm not a huge fan of the plastic. Well, it's not really plastic. Well, it kind of is. It's woven poly. And I just don't have a whole lot of time this year. So this is going to help me keep the weeds down, protect the soil from erosion, and save me lots of time. So I'm very excited about this trellis though. I can't wait to see things growing over it. I'm thinking of getting some lights to go in it, some like solar little lights, fairy lights or something, which I think would be kind of cool. So this poly here is just going to save me a lot of weeding time. This is going to be a pathway, but I don't have to worry about mowing it, so it's a time saver for me. It's not as pretty as grass, but again, it's that time saving. So that's what we're going with. I think I'm going to get like a pepper planted in there. I haven't decided yet. And then over here, our garlic is looking really nice. Random tulips growing in the garlic. These are all of our daffodils that have pretty much blown out at this point. This is one of my favorites. It's just this pure white. It's called Stainless, and it's just lovely. I really do like it. And then along here, I've got like some peonies, and we've got to clean this out a bit. We've got some weeds. But this is my lemon balm that's coming back, a little bit of mint, tarragon. My white sage didn't seem to make it. I don't think it's coming back. Maybe. We'll give it a chance. This is just tomatoes from last year. And I know my regular sage is gone. Oh, look at this. Now, see, I thought this was dead. I didn't think it was coming back. But this is oregano. That makes me happy that that's coming back. So I always recommend, if you can, just to leave things, because sometimes they come back and you don't think they're going to, and then they do. So I recommend not digging things out right away. Give them a chance. Around here, we want to wait until mid-June before we really give up on things. So it's, we're gonna have a nice sunset tonight. So that's kind of it, guys. That's what we've been doing. It's been a really busy day. I'm really tired. I got a lot of sun. So, oops. So yeah, thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you here next time on the farm.